Hey guys, this is just a video about how I made a marking gauge over the weekend. Well, not so much the weekend, more of a Sunday afternoon thing. It was actually quite fun to do. It's a nice easy little project. It's made from a scrap piece of spotted gum floor decking, I think it is. Yeah, I've still got a fair bit of it left over. I think I've made a couple of letterboxes out of it and a few other projects now, so it's really come in handy, all this scrap wood. So I've got a couple of projects coming up where I plan on using mortise and tenons, and I wanted to mark them out a little bit more accurately than how I would normally. So how I would normally do it is basically what's on screen right now. I just get the pencil and just freehand wherever I think something should go. So with the marking gauge, hopefully I get a little bit more accuracy with my cuts. I really like the way other people do it online with the thumb screws and wing nuts and that sort of thing, so they can tighten it down properly. But when I had a look through all the drawers in the garage, all I had left, well, I didn't have anything left really that was suitable. So I had a look online and I saw that there's another type of design where you use a wedge to keep it all nice and secure. So I figured I'd give that one a shot. It's made out of scrap wood, so worst comes to worst, it goes in the fire. It actually was a really nice change working on a nice small little project like this and not using the router and not using the table saw for an extended period of time and that sort of thing, because there was just hardly any dust lying around at the end of it. It was great. It was nice and easy to maintain. My kids could come into the workshop as well, so I didn't have to worry about there being bad fumes in the air and all that sort of thing. So no, it was really nice to do. So because I went into this without any plans, I was running off just a couple of reference photos on the internet. The wedge that I made is probably a little bit too long for the actual block. I will probably just go back and make a new one at some stage, but it works fine with this and it doesn't get in the way having the extra length on there. So I didn't show this part very well, but what I'm doing with the file there is just putting on a corresponding angle on the slot. So now when the wedge goes in, it slides up and down at an angle and jams itself against the fence. No, what's the name of that long piece? Against the bar. I just gave it a coat of wax at the end just to make it sort of look a little bit nicer and slide a little bit easier. It's the same sort of stuff that I put on my mallet a little while ago as well. I just like the look of it on this sort of wood. So that was a fun project to make. It didn't really take a lot of time at all. I think the longest time was probably, I made 4 or 5 different wedges until I came up with this shape. I probably will remake it again in the future because the wedge is probably twice as long as it needs to be, but it still works. And it works by, drop that one in there, drop that one in there. It did take me a few goes to put it together properly. Wedge it up. You can see that part's too long. It shouldn't really interfere with how it works, but that's how it is. So if I do it correctly, say I wanted it to be about 2 centimeters, I have it like that. I've got that pushed up so it's nice and tight, and then just tap that down. And that's exactly where I want it. It's nice and tight, it's not going to move anywhere. And I have a line. exciting times. Yeah, it's a fun little project. I'll probably make a couple more because I think they're handy to have, and I assume that I can do better than this. It was done without a plan or anything, so I guess I can do better if I actually try. But I think it'll be good and very handy. I've got a project coming up where I plan on cutting out a few mortise and tenons, and I want to start doing things by hand because I've got no time to run power tools. So I figure if I start cutting things by hand, I'm able to work here every night after the kids go to bed. I can come outside. I don't have to worry about turning on the saw and making too much noise. So I think I might try to do more stuff like this. We'll see what happens. Thanks for watching.